Hey friend, welcome to Charnette Camp Transformational Network. I know it's been a while, but the journey still continues. You're at the healing table, so pull up a chair and let the healing begin.
There's hope for tomorrow with him. There's joy in sorrow. There is no greater love.
Today, I want us to talk about generational curses. Yeah, I know we hear that a lot in the church. We always pray about it, and sometimes we don't even understand it, or even if we do understand it, no one ever tells us how to break it. We're just told it's a generational curse. And so, what is a generational curse actually? A generational curse is a pattern of behavior that keeps following each and every generation. And those patterns have become normalized within a particular generation. So that means if poverty is something that's a generational curse, it's normal to expect every generation to be poor. If it's anger, what do you expect? Every single generation to be angry. The thing with generational curses is it doesn't start with you, but guess what? It could end with you. One of the things that we've done in dealing with generational curses is we've normalized patterns of behaviors that we see within our bloodline, within our family line. And we say, oh, that's just the way we are. Especially if those generational curses have such an impact on your life that it slows down your growth, your development, and your progress in life. One of the things I've learned is there are certain keys or strategies that if you begin to employ those strategies, they can be the keys that help you break that pattern of behavior that you probably have noticed in yourself. A generational curse is something that if you employ these strategies, trust me, friend, you could break it and you could change the narrative in your life. So let's delve into the keys. Key number 1, awareness. What's awareness? Awareness simply means you are paying attention to what is normal in your family pattern. What's a normal behavior? What is it that I see in every single one of us? Maybe you, like the examples I used previously, maybe it may be poverty. Maybe everyone in my family, no one graduates college. No one graduates high school. Look for a pattern that you've seen within your family line that's normal, and either no one talks about it or when it's discussed, it's laughed about. Pay attention. Awareness. You cannot fight something if you are not aware of it. You cannot change something if you do not name it. So you have to be aware of it. Do some introspection. Find out, do I see that in myself? Is that something that I do? Pay attention to it. So once you've become aware of it and you've named it, now you could begin to do the work in changing that pattern of behavior. Key number 2, responsibility. Responsibility says, I take responsibility, ownership of this pattern of behavior that I see within myself. Responsibility means I own it. You're not going to feel shame about it. You're not going to judge yourself about it. You're not going to even judge family members. You're not going to judge. What you're simply doing is, number 1, you're being aware. Number 2, you are owning what you see in yourself, a pattern of behavior that you see within yourself that you are wanting to change. When you own it, you begin to change the narrative. So now you're beginning to do the work. Now you're beginning to shift it, because now you are paying attention to how you respond. You are paying attention to what's going on inside yourself. You're becoming aware of it, and you're building up an emotional awareness with what's going on the inside of you. You're building awareness of patterns of behavior that's happening within yourself. So once you have that, now you're ready to go on to step 3. So now that we have step 1, awareness, step 2, responsibility, step 3 is inner healing. Now this is where most people literally stop. This is where they stop the process, because inner healing is where you start to do the work. You heard me say that before, doing the work. What does that mean? That means you begin to get the counseling, the therapy that deals with that particular behavior. See, each generational curse is attached to a trauma. And that trauma is the thing that you are going to be beating to deal with, overcome. You've already built up the courage to say, I'm not going to allow this to continue in me anymore. You've already become aware. You've already taken responsibility and own what you see happening in you. Now it's time for you to do the work. You're doing the inner healing. And this is where you find people that you trust to get the counseling that you need. This is where you begin journaling. This is where you cry and you pray and you ask God to guide you and direct you in the right path. Send people your way. That's going to help you with this process of counseling. Sometimes you may have to employ your pastor or some person that you are close with in ministry, or even a friend or someone who you know have a wisdom to be able to help you walk through the steps of dealing with the behavior or the trauma that's attached itself to you. Here's the thing, the curse did not start with you, but you could make sure it's going to end in you. It's going to end with you doing the work, with you journaling. Some of the things I did when I was dealing with certain areas of my life that I needed healing in, I'd go on the beach, sit on the rocks, and I journal and I write about my feelings. Pay attention to triggers. If it's a behavior and some certain behaviors trigger that behavior, pay attention to it. All of that's called you doing the work. Spend time in prayer. Spend time finding everything inside of you that you recognize is a part of this generational curse and it's negative and it's impacting you negatively. Take out your journal, write them down, write those behaviors down. And see them, and if you see them in yourself and you see them in your auntie and your uncle and your mom and your dad and your grandma, you write them down and you begin to, if you need to find a scripture that fights against that particular pattern, use that, but employ strategies that's going to help you overcome this. Step 3 takes the longest because it's a process of you literally doing the work. Sometimes you may fall at it. Sometimes you may even forget I'm on this journey, and you may even go back into the same normal pattern. That's okay. Once your determination is, once I recognize it, I'm going to shift it, I'm going to change it, and I'm going to keep going. So keep moving forward. Step 3 is a process, but it's a process that liberates you. It's the process when you become in touch with your feelings, you begin to look at yourself in the mirror and you see the truth of who you are. When you begin to identify the truth of who you are and what's at your core, this is where you truly begin to change what's going on. And when you see it, you begin to employ strategies to change it. So once you've begun to do that work, and there isn't a time frame on it, so don't put a time frame on it. Don't put a limit on it. Take your time and walk through this step. Step 3, take your time, walk through it. Do the work. Cry if you need to. Scream if you have to. Write it, journal it, but do the work. And when you've done that, then you get to step 4, which is forgiveness. And forgiveness simply means you begin to release that and you become at peace with it. You can't change the narratives of the past. But what you can do is you can become at peace with them and that the effects of them do not linger in you any longer. And so that's key for forgiveness. Sometimes you have to forgive yourself for whatever role you played in it. Sometimes you have to forgive your parents. And even though they may have been good parents, sometimes you may have to forgive them. You have to forgive persons that would have maybe harmed you. And when you begin to forgive, that's when you begin to own the narrative. So it's moving from you beginning to change it to you now changing it and owning the narrative, because now its effect that it would have had on you is no longer having on you. So change the narrative. And this is how you do it. You begin to forgive. You begin to release it. And you begin to say, I'm not carrying this anymore. And then step 5, change the pattern, a new pattern. What does new pattern look like? New ways of doing things. Recognizing your triggers and not allowing them and not responding in the same way you would have responded before. New patterns, new ways of doing things. Connect with people who think the way you want to think. Connect with people that's going to help you move. You don't want to connect with the same pattern, because chances are those same persons that you were connected to may have encouraged you in that behavior. Maybe you may have to step away from them for a little bit and then employ new patterns, new strategies, new thinking. Sometimes you may have to even look yourself in the mirror and affirm yourself, but you're changing the pattern. When you change the pattern, then you're beginning to say, this no longer has the same effect on me. So one last thing I want to say. When you begin to employ those new strategies, the pattern that you employ, those new strategies, those new habits of behaving, the generational curse breaks when the pattern changes. Be the one in your family to break the curse. Be the one in your family to change the behavior. Be the one in your family to stop normalizing the curse. Be the one that changes it. You've got the power. You've got what it takes. You have it. Come on now. You got this. So keep on going. You got this. You're going to do it. You're an overcomer and you have the ability to do it. So if you want to connect with me, please reach out. Connect with me at sharnettk@gmail.com. Send me an email. Join my family. Hit subscribe. Like this page. If you like this content and you want more of this content, join me. Be a part of this network. It's a network of healing. It's a network where we have resources that's going to help us move past these challenges that has kept us in bondage so long. God bless you and see you next time on Shanna Kemp Transformational Network.